Hi guys, good evening. We have Indranil Mukherjee with us. We'll be starting with the session in 2 minutes. We'll wait for others to join in and then we'll start with the session.
Hi, Shweta. I hope you all have your WordPress accounts with us. So please keep your username password handy so that we can go slow and as I pick up each topic one by one, so you can do a hands-on practice at your end as well, or keep the stuff noted and somewhere so that you can post the session, you can practice it as well. Let me know when we can start.
Indranil, I think we can start with the session. Most of the learners have joined us.
Okay, thank you so much for the confirmation. Let's let's start off. So we have a good crowd of around 115, 116 counting. So let's start off with the session on WordPress. I assume that I had taken a session in the beginning of the month as well for the same topic, and where I covered most of the features around WordPress. So at that time, many of the learners did not have WordPress access or the GoDaddy account. So I assume that you all have the access now and you are ready with your WordPress username passwords. So please just open this. So whatever the website you have, the domain you have, that domain dot slash wp hyphen admin. So this has to be the ideal login. I'll remove it and see. So many of you I see do not have the account access yet ready, but that is, yeah, okay. So you can start off with understanding the setup around WordPress, and post that when you have the login, please make sure that you do this initial steps. Someone is saying we can't see your screen. Is it everybody can see my screen, right? Okay. Okay. Thanks. So it's so usually this will be the so the first question will come to your mind is how do I see my WordPress? What is my login details? So the thing is, what domain you have? What is the domain you have? Slash wp hyphen admin is your URL. So this will be your URL. Always it will be wp hyphen admin, wp for WordPress hyphen and admin for your administrator access. Just do a enter and you will see a username password screen coming in front of you. Enter the account username password which you will get with from Upgrad. Log into the system. You will be redirected to a WordPress dashboard. Yes, this is the typical WordPress dashboard, which talks about how many blogs you have posted, what is the analytics status around the WordPress, how many people have seen your sites, what is the session, what is the page views, what is the bounce rate of your blog, and so on. So nothing much to be done on the dashboard. The first step that you need to do is go to appearance and theme. So this is the existing account, so you will have a setup and a dashboard. Otherwise what will happen is you will not see anything in the beginning. You have to go to appearance and select a theme. Yeah, I can start again. I have not yet done anything. I've just logged in. I've just created the website URL slash wp admin, put my username password and entered into WordPress. That is the first step I have done. After that I have not done anything. Post that, the first thing you need to do, as all the learners have to do, is click on appearance, because you need every website you have seen has a setup. So when I open this site, this is how the website looks. This is the website that we are talking about, and this website has to be managed somewhere. There has to be a content management system, CMS. No, you don't need to. So GoDaddy is only to purchase your domain, Tanvi, and nothing else is required from GoDaddy or the PHP backend. You need to not to do anything there. Just post your purchase of domain, post the basic steps that you do on GoDaddy, come get your access of WordPress, and then you come to the domain. Yeah, it's just for the domain purchase, nothing else. Post that, the final step starts when you log into your WordPress login details. No, it's not. So words will not make sense because it's a website. So it needs to be connected. So the way websites are connected are usually hyphen. So what you can do is, in case you want to connect, but Google will understand that these are 3 words. Fitness of soul are 3 words. But in case you want to make sure that the customer understands or the visitor understands it, you can put hyphens in between. But that is as a SEO practice, it's advisable not to use hyphens or underscores in the URL. So better is, in case it's a straightforward account, no need to do for this. It's enough. So the first step, as I was mentioning, was going to appearance section. That will that will help us give it a theme. So when I say the website looks like this, it is looking like this because we have selected this theme. This theme means where the logo will come, where the content header will come, where the home will be written, why this section is here. All this is managed from.
Indranil, hi. There are a few questions that the learners have been posting on the chat. Can you please address them as well?
Yeah, whatever is coming. There are multiple questions. Whatever are coming in front, I am answering them.
Okay, sure.
But because the flow is high and I have to cover multiple topics, so that is one thing. So we can go to GoDaddy, buy a domain. So for these steps, the upgrade team, I suppose, will help you with going to GoDaddy, buying a domain, and setup. I think that piece they take care of. What we will be going to do in the session is basically post the domain purchase, which is a pretty straightforward step. What needs to be done to set up your website within the WordPress account that you have. Okay. So module gives us all the details on set up the domain. Yes. Suppose that this is a step after the setup of the domain. Fine. So as I was telling you, go to appearance. And when you go to appearance, you will see multiple themes, free themes available within the WordPress backend. So this is the theme, what is the name, and how you can customize or activate it. So currently the theme that we have selected is this one. The first theme that you see is a theme that I have selected. It is called 2019, and the theme details. So you can see, if you look at the theme and if you look at the site, they both look same. See the logo at the top, the description, and what this theme says is the same thing. We can have multiple things. Google ads are better in case of bloggers as Google owns it. I didn't get that question, Vikrant. WordPress is not just for blogging. WordPress gives you a platform to build websites. Blogging is a part of it. So when you see this site, it is not just for blogging. It is a complete website theme. Within that website theme, you can create posts. Within that website, you can have a subsection of blogs. So it is the subset. Blog is a subset of the overall website architecture. Everything we can do. So everything, we can change the image, we can change the way it looks. So let's do it step by step. We can customize the entire theme. So how to do it is, suppose this is the actual theme that we have selected for this. So let's click on customize. Otherwise, if you're doing it for the first time, you will be asked to activate that. So you can, the first thing when you will do it, you can activate it. Otherwise, you can go and customize it. Okay. So let me click on customize. Yeah, so this, when we click on customize, what is happening is, this are the 5-6 options that come in front of us. The first thing is site identity. So first thing you need to do is go to appearance, click on customize appearance, and then click on site identity. Site identity is the section which is used to manage the website logo, which is this, the brand title, which is fitness for soul, which is this, fitness for soul, the tagline or the sub description, which is this. So no matter which theme it is, these options remain the same. Fine. Any doubts in this? Setting up the logo, setting up the theme title, tagline, it all comes under the section of site identity. Thank you. So just to make double sure, the icon should be 512 by 512 pixels. That's the ideal icon size. If you pick these dimensions, it will come in the perfect shape within the logo. Select is if you want to upload a icon from the media center, media library, or you can upload a file. So this is to upload a new logo. Click here to upload a new logo. Fine. Let me go back. Ideal is a commercial.com site is best when it comes to a business, but in case you are doing it for learn purpose, you can go with .in. There is no, from an SEO aspect, the .com sites are more preferred for Google search. But in case the .com domain is not available in GoDaddy, then you can, and if the .in is available, you can go for .in. So .net.in usually are not preferred domains. It takes a lot of efforts. Google prefers a commercial.com site if your site is a commercial website. If you're just using it for a blog or your own purpose, .net.in means .network.india, so you are not a net.in. You can use directly a .in, so that's more important. How can you get logo? You can get logo from any of the logo makers websites. Go to wix.com or any, and go to Google and search by random free logo makers, and you will get thousands of websites. Give it a theme and say, I want a logo for such kind of fitness site or whatever site it is, and you can go better. Yeah, .co.in is much better than .in. Yes. So next would be the we'll go to widgets. These subsections we'll cover it separately. So just to customize, we can customize the home page along with it. So we can go to home page customization and see what is available. So these are the 5 options that we have currently live on our home page. So our home page, if you see this, has menu items under home, blog, get in touch, contact us, and our test page. So all this can be managed from this section. We'll take it up separately. This is just a way where where it sits in the WordPress, but we can manage it or make edits from other places. We can create a new page from this section, but we will not be going to do it. We'll do it separately. Same with blog. We'll not do it from this section. What else is there? Menu, we'll add menu differently. We'll do widgets separately. So that is what. Rest all we'll do it from the main structure. So this appearance, theme settings, and customize is the most primary step that gives your website a architecture first. Post that, we can do is we can create our first page. So to create a first page, we have to go to the section called pages, click on add new, right? If you like, you can take screenshots in between for your reference later on. So pages, add new. So first give it a theme, second create the first page. So these 2 steps will give you the basic idea of how it works. I don't know if the recording are that's up to upgrade. So let's see this. This is the place where we will enter the first title of our page. So if we take a sample, let's take up a sample of cloud, or let's take a simple sample. So it's like flowers for you, and give it a basic content which says flowers are best suited gift for this session to all. So we have done 2 things. We have done, the first is the page title. So this section, whenever we create, is referred to as the page title or the header. So whenever we will be focusing more, the terms that we will be using will be header or page title. So that will give you an idea of what to speak. So language, I always insist my learners to speak the language which the interviewer wanted us to listen. So he does not want to listen to a term like content header or title, just title. We have to say the terms that the industry, which is the header of the page or the page title. Later on, we'll add the content to this page, which is the line that we have added. Along with it, there are multiple other. I'm going very slow so that everybody can relate to what I am trying to explain. So first is title, next is the content. Post this content, we have multiple options that we can make to customize this better. So suppose I can put a link to this content. So I'll say buy flowers now. Contact us is a separate page that we can create, and I will show you how to do one creation. Okay? Wait for that. So first thing is, let's create a basic page so that you get an idea of what all features are available. So we have put a page title, we have put a line of content, and now we are trying to put a link to this. Okay, so very simple. Select this entire CTA, entire text. Go to this button which says add link and give it a link. So let me give it a dummy link which is www.amazon.in. Oh, sorry, it is selected. Select it again to this www.amazon.in and give a, remember to enter this, click. Word limit is no, there should not be any word limit till the time you want to explain a topic. So if suppose it's a blog, ideally it should be 500 words plus, but there is no limit. The deeper content you write, the better it is for the first page rankings. So I have seen in last week I was doing a research around what kind of content comes up on Google's first page. So I saw a lot of keywords which talk about what, why, where, when. So these kind of topics related keywords are top rankings, and the pages which rank have huge content. So I was going through keywords like my technology industry where I come from. So what is cloud computing, what is IoT business, what is artificial intelligence, these kind of pages which Microsoft, IBM or Accenture have written are 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 character counts. So the better the content, the more research in the pages, what, why, where keywords which are very high search volumes, they rank up first. Why was Amazon.in done? There's no practical reason. I've just given it a link. So you can put in any link. I was just trying to explain how to link a certain CTA. So we can remove it. I'll show it again. Select this text. So if suppose I'll quickly go and pick up a site which actually sells flowers. So suppose this site, so copy, come back, select, go to this link, enter this and apply. This becomes my buy flowers link, hyperlink. So this is what I have done is, no, we cannot, we can link to any website. That is not a problem. That is not a problem. We can link, but we can give it a courtesy saying yes. So what is happening is, in this case, so my business will not allow me to link to any random website. That is not what I am intended to do. For the case of sample, in this example, I'm showing it to you. In case of real life, suppose you have picked up a content from Forbes.com and you want to give it a courtesy saying, CC, you can write as a courtesy that, yes, I picked this content from Forbes, and you can give a backlink to Forbes.com. So that is allowed. There is no problems with that. In this case, if you suppose you have your own website, which or an e-commerce site apart from the blog site where you want people to go, or suppose imagine a case where you own a coupon website, where suppose coupondunia.com, and you want your coupon website, when anybody says buy coupon, that website should go to the Paytm or the Swiggy website. In those cases, hyperlinking is done. My intent of showing this is how a hyperlink is done on a page. So select, go to this and put the link, and it will, and apply. The page will get hyperlinked. The link will, the text will get hyperlinked. The other feature what we have is, you can explore by going to, so press a enter and go to this plus. What it does is, I'll minimize this chat window. Yeah. What it does is, it will give you a plethora of other elements that you can add to your page, which starts from page break, paragraph, image, YouTube links, headings, GIF images, icons, and so on. Widgets, embeds. Embeds are so many. YouTube embeds, Twitter embeds, social embeds, Vimeo videos, everything. Is it better to use Bitly? Yeah, Bitly you can use, and I'll recommend using smaller links of Bitly, just because in real cases what you will do is you will tag URLs. So you will say, you will put in a URL, and at the end you will see. So try doing one small exercise after the session. Go to your Gmail and go to your promotions tab within Gmail and click on any random newsletter that you get, and click on any of the links that is available on the newsletter, which says buy now or price, see pricing, whatever. And you will see a completely different URL. And after the URL, you will see a lot of taggings, slash UTM this, UTM that, UTM source, UTM Google ads, and UTM equal to email. So all these helps marketers like us understand post a 3-month session or a 4-month session that we have done a lot of marketing activity, but what actually drove business results. So those kind of taggings are embedded within a Bitly link and use. For those who get confused, don't worry, when you will actually start working, you will understand this. Difference between a page and a post. Yes, a page is a web page, a post is a blog post. So a page usually usually defines itself like a home page, a contact us page, a vision mission statement page. Those kind of pages are web pages, while posts are blogs which talk about like you will see, you will have a case study going forward on Thomas Cook. So it will talk about how Thomas Cook provides holiday packages for Kerala. So that will become a blog post. A post is post a page of page. A post is a blog post which defines, which have content about a specific topic. That is a page. That is a post. A page are web pages which do not have detailed description about a specific topic. It solves a specific purpose. So contact us is a page, while honeymoon packages in Kerala is a post. That is how the differentiation is. Thank you. If you want to add carousel to images or not, what will be the, it will be a static or a dynamic page? It will be a dynamic page for the carousel ad. Carousel images, of course. What is the role of blog and SEO? Yes, blog plays a very crucial role when it comes to SEO, because blogs cover a lot of content. Blogs hold a lot of engaging content around it, and Google always has an eye on how much content your website has. So in those aspects, SEO and blog content is very closely tied up. Yes. So let's go back to some of the other features that you see. So what you can do is go to this plus and explore the lot of images and features that this plus section has. So, and whichever you like. So like suppose widgets, we can put the widgets we'll do separately. Let's pick up what do you have? Let's pick up a element. Post carousel, separator, spacer. No, all this is not. Let's put a button. So we just posted the link. Let's put it as a button. So we can use it like this: buy flowers now. Select this and give the link and enter. So this becomes a clickable button now. Yes, plus comes when you click on the page. By default, when you enter on a white space in the page, this plus will automatically come, and you can use it for multiple functions. Okay, so these are few of the things that we can do within the, at a page level. What else we can show is, please, the button part again. Okay, button part again means just go to this plus. Sorry. And in the layout element section, you will have buttons. So click on plus, go to elements layout and click on buttons. Okay. By flowers. Post that, go over. So go take your mouse over this, select this and click on this link, give the link and enter. So this will become clickable. For those who are asking on, can we add small videos? Yes, we can add small videos. We can embed small videos. We can do it by this again plus. So this plus is a problem solver. Anything that you want to do additionally, any feature that you want to add additionally apart from text, go to this plus and embed your YouTube. So any small video, that video can be uploaded in YouTube and you can give the link of YouTube in this and it will get embedded. How to add images? Simple, same. Again, our brother plus will help us. Click on plus and go to image. Go to image. It will give you 3 options. We can insert a image URL from media library or we can upload. So we can select media library. There you will get the option of upload also. Let us select this image. And we can put to make the SEOs correct, we can put alt text what the image is talking about. So it's a green leaf and say select. The image will get added in the text. Post that, if somebody was asking about dimensions, so you can reduce or check dimensions from this section after you insert it. If you want a smaller version, you can pick the dimensions from this also. Medium, small, large, full page, thumbnail. So you can give a thumbnail and it will become small. So that will get embedded within the text. Now you can write text around this. Again, you can write, hi, this is test, right? So you can add images, you can add videos, you can add CTS links. Fine. Now I think it's the time to publish this page and show it how it goes live. So we'll publish our first page and show you a live page and click on this and show if it actually goes to the flower page that we were talking about. Let's always, as a good practice, always go to preview first, see how it looks. If all is fine, yeah, so this is how my page will look going forward. I'll go back, I'm liking this page and I will click publish. It will ask me whether everybody wants to show and do you want to do it immediately? Yes, I want to do it immediately. Publish again and the page is live. So it will tell you page published, view page. Click on this. So this is the live page available. You can see the URL. It shows with the domain /flowers for you. Now, if you remember, this was the page title or the page header that we had given, which by default becomes the part of the URL. Fine. So make sure that you use a very specific keyword oriented with high search volume that becomes your page title, because headers, when you will learn your SEOs going forward, not a typical long tail keyword. It depends, Siddharth. In case it's a top level page in the customer journey, it should be very specific, because suppose a top level page talks about just flowers and you do not know whether you will deliver it, whether you will what you will do with the flower. So you are just listing the top flowers. So it's a very up level page. I'm talking about a 500 feet upar wala page. So that will only have the URL as flowers. But a secondary page which talks about lily flowers, so that will be a secondary page. Well, I will talk about lily flowers. So my page header should speak the language of the page and not necessarily a long tail keyword. Long tail keyword will usually optimize for blog contents. Put them within the content of the page so that the page get optimized for blog content. Usually pages are created for the web journey, which is at top level. So flowers or shoes, black shoes, men's shoes. So based on the website category, we create the page headers or the page titles. Yes, that's a good practice. Basically, we add keyword to the page header. Yes, we uh, add the keyword, but which makes sense to the entire page. So it should be a topic creator. So if I give the page header as artificial intelligence, my whole page will talk about types of artificial intelligence and give link to a separate page which is a type of artificial intelligence page, then case study of artificial intelligence, and so on. So that becomes my title. But if I'm talking about a case study of artificial intelligence page, my header should be artificial intelligence hyphen case studies. That becomes the header. So it should not only be a keyword, but it should define the page purpose as a whole. And in turn it becomes the keyword which people search. Thank you. When you write thank you, it really encourages me, because I feel then that what I'm teaching makes sense, which is good. Whole purpose is everybody should understand that this is how the journey was. I'll quickly repeat from where we started. The first step was going to appearance, going to customize, and select a theme for all of you that will give your website a structure. Yes, we can use a hyphen in the header, no problems. That's allowed. So first thing is appearance, customize. We get a appearance structure of the site. Next is creating the first page which goes to this. So flowers for you, CTA link. So you can see when I mouse over this, it becomes blue and black. It has become a clickable link. If I click on this, it will take me to the flowers website. See, it is happening now. So my page is live and I'm directly going to the flowers website. Let's go back to the site. Yeah, and the image is also working. Even I forgot to show you, we can make an image clickable. That is also possible. So just need to select the image and give the hyperlink which was coming at the top. Any software to check top ranking keywords? Yes, you will learn that slowly, Ajay. It will be Google AdWords, Keyword Planner. It will be Neil Patel's Uber Suggest tool that you can use. All MNC companies, they have enterprise ready tools. So we use Adobe Insights, we use Brightedge. So these are Wix is a ready-made CMS platform. It's not customizable. It's the elements can be customizable, but in WordPress you get the flexibility to do it from a very grassroots level, and that is the learning that you are getting. Wix will just give you drag and drop, which will, from a learning perspective, from a digital marketing job kind of a perspective or a career, you have to learn using WordPress. Or for that matter, not only WordPress, there are other similar domains like Magento or Drupal. All these works very similar to WordPress. You need to go and learn the mechanism. Okay, so that was the first cut. Going to appearance, selecting it, going to pages, add new, and see the pages. So once you have done this activity, you have to go to pages and click on all pages. What it will give you is, it will show you the list of all the pages that you have created. So this was the page that we have created just 5 minutes ago. It will show up in the entire list of the other pages that we have done. Fine. Let's create a what next? Yeah, so let's do a menu structure now. It's time that we can create. So currently you can see what is menu structure. This is the navigation bar that we talk about. This is the menu that this page has. So it has a home, it has a sub menu of organize, vision, mission statements, and all this. So let's now quickly take up uh, the menu creation part. Okay, I'll come to the carousel image. Give me a minute while we complete the menu structure, and post that we'll do it. What is this? So again, go to appearance, because it's a part of the overall appearance of the website. We'll go to appearance, we'll go to menus. And these are the existing menus that we have. I'll remove everything. Move. Remove and the final one also remove. We'll save it. We'll go and refresh my site. You will see all this getting removed because I have removed them from the backend. Yeah, everything is gone from the live site. So you will start off from this mode because you do not have a menu structure initially. You have to create it. What you need to do is go to appearance, go to menu, and you will see 3 options, or rather 4 options. Look at it very this is an important part, that because you have to create your navigation on the home page, because anytime a visitor comes to your landing page, your home page, he needs to be understood that what are the sub pages you have and how he can continue on the web journey. So, and every website has it, so let's see how it's created. You will have 4 options. You can create a menu out of the pages you have created. You can create a menu from a blog, so we can create a blog from this, a page from this. So pages are created from the page section, blogs are created from the post section. The process of doing it is exactly same like the way we created a page. Blogs are also created in the same way, the same features, nothing is different. So we can either create a menu from page or create a menu from post, or we can customize a link. We can create our own menu link apart from the 2 options, or we can pick up a category. The category that we can pick up, I'll show you how to create a category later. Let's create the menu first. So let us take the page example first. So we had created a page of flowers for you just now, and I want everybody who comes to my home page see that we sell flowers as a category. So click this and do add to menu. This will come on the right hand side. We'll say so cPanel, Sonashri, is cPanel is where your domain and all the data. So the WordPress has a database connected. The database is connected to cPanel on PHP. All that will be part of your initial introduction, which Upgrad will give you how to connect everything. So that will be taken care of. No need to worry. So cPanel is nothing. You need not to learn cPanel as such. cPanel has few settings. You need to enter those, and you will finally end up doing what we are doing right now in WordPress. That is what is important. Okay. So first thing we did was creating a first menu, which is flowers for you. Any doubts in this? You understood? We went to pages and we ticked, make a tick on this flowers to you and add to menu and save menu. 3 steps, 3 basic simple steps. Go back to your home page and enter. See, flowers to menu has come. This has become my first menu item on the page, because this is the page that we have created. Footer menu will come at the bottom. See, it is coming in the footer also. This is the footer menu. By default, it will go both ways, in the footer menu as well, and it will go in the top main menu as well, both ways. Okay. How to create a completely new menu? Yeah, this was a completely new menu. I didn't have it, so I will again remove it and show it for you. No worries. Completely new would be, go to appearance. I'll show you from the very beginning. I don't want don't want to confuse my learners. So this is the place that we have. Go to appearance and click on menus. Yeah. The menu is another word for navigation bar. Yes. Yes, Akshay. The navigation bar and the menu are the same thing. So by default, we have 4 options. We can add a page to a menu. We can add a post to a menu. We can create our own link to a menu. We can put a category to the menu. These are the 4 options by default which WordPress gives us. How to add page or blog post in a particular menu. That's what I'm doing. Rupanshi. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So the first page that we created was a flowers page. So let me click on the page section, and by default we will see this. These are the 4 pages my website already has. This is the first one that we have created right now. Flowers for you. We'll tick on this and click on add to menu. See, it gets added. Fine. This was another page that we had before the session. So I'll tick on this also. This is also getting added. 2 pages I've added. No, nothing is by default. I created get in touch before the session. So by default, you will not have any of these. By default, the first thing, that's what I showed. First, create the appearance, go to customize, create the theme. Next, go to pages and create a page. So by default, you will have nothing. You have to go and create pages one by one. Okay, Rashmika. Next is, okay, so we have 2 menus. One is flowers for you, one is get in touch. Nothing by default, everything we will have to create. Next would be a customized link. Let me add something completely new which we do not have. So suppose we have just recently partnered with Make My Trip. So suppose I am Make My Trip and I have recently partnered with IRCTC, and anybody who comes to my homepage, I want them to click on my link in the menu which says book railway tickets and go to irctc.com. So I am an affiliate business partner of IRCTC, where I send people to IRCTC to book railway tickets, and every time they complete a ticket booking on IRCTC, I get my certain sum of amount, which is the business deal. So every time IRCTC goes, so the journey is people come to my site, click on the navigation bar, go to IRCTC and buy. So that journey, for that specific journey, I need to customize my menu item. So how to do it? Let me pick up the IRCTC website, copy, go back to my menu. It's written as URL. I will paste the URL. I'll say book railway tickets and add to menu. Fine. So there are now 3 menu items that I've added. Do not forget to put a save menu, otherwise it will not show up on the live site. Save menu is done. Let me go back to the website. See, as of now, there is nothing, only flowers for you, which we had added initially, and enter. We have now 3: flowers for you, get in touch, book railway tickets. Yeah, I see another question. Can you add a custom link of a company or brand even if there is no, we cannot. Why will I do it? Do that, Vishali? It doesn't make sense. Why will I give a lot of efforts to bring people to my site? Why will I send them to somebody else? I'll not do that. But just in case, for the example, I'm doing it. If I'm not an affiliate, I'm not related to that business, I'll not do it. But in case, suppose I am a education website, give me a name of education site, maybe Byju's, and I want, yeah, we can add social link also. Yes, and I am Byju.com, and I want people to click on a menu item and go to cbse.in to check their 12th results, and that is a temporary thing for suppose 2-3 hours on a specific date when the CBSE results are out. In those cases, we can go and quickly create a menu for the homepage. Post that, we can remove it, because we do not want people to go to CBSE site after that. Just for the results, they can go it. Okay, just to encourage. And I will email all my students saying you can check CBSE results on my website, and give a link to the site only if CBSE authorizes you. That's also there. Okay, so these are the few things. Some question on, yeah, social link, we can do it similarly, Abhiruchi. So we can click on this thing, give the facebook.com and whatever link you have, whatever link your company or your employee has. You can go to this and type something, give it a social link, social connect. Drop downs, I'll just come to that. Add to menu, start. Okay, so somebody was asking about drop down, so let me show a drop down also. Suppose I want to make sure that get in touch comes as a drop down under flowers for you. So I'll quickly go back to this site, refresh. I see there is no drop down under flowers for you, right? That is my current case. Now I want, if somebody does a mouse over on flowers for you, there are 3-4 sub menu items which will come under flowers for you. That is my requirement. It is important to add about me in the blog. Nothing is important. All depends on your web architecture. All depends on your business requirement. Post that if you need it, you can do it. Nothing is mandatory. About me makes sense for a corporate website which talks about, so people usually go to a corporate site to check the profit and loss statements, to check what the company is. For those cases, yes, about me in those cases makes sense. Otherwise, in e-commerce, you will never see about me kind of a thing in the menu items. Yes, this and this, or I'll keep it like this. Okay, so just drag and drop, simple. I will just drag it and drop it. It becomes a sub menu for this. Okay, I'll put it under this. So we have now 2 sub menus, 3 layers. In fact, the top layer is flowers for you. Post that 2 sessions, 2 menu items, and the third 3 tier of social connect. Let's save it. Go back to the site. Refresh. Yeah, sub menu. I'll repeat. See, this has become a sub menu. This has become a sub menu. Understood? I'll show it again very quickly. So this was the initial case. Akshay. This was the initial step. There is no submenu right now. We can just quickly copy this. So do a right click, drag it little bit, and it will become a submenu. Nothing else. Easy stuff. Just drag it a bit. Drag it further down. It will become a submenu under this. Fine. Don't forget to save. Go back to the site. Refresh. Submenu under submenu. Okay. We can remove submenus also. We can just drag and put it in the first section. Yeah. Again, save it. All the submenus will get removed. Tuck. Now we have 4. Again, back. How can I hyperlink a blog? Yes, we can hyperlink. We'll quickly create a blog. I don't know how much time we have. We'll quickly create a small blog. So to create a blog, we go to post and add new post. Take every time, and it's the same structure everywhere. So let me quickly create a blog for flowers again. I'm fascinated with flowers these days. Flowers and online flowers. So test content. So this is how you ideally create a blog. It's exactly same. The interface is exactly same like a blog page. It's just like a page. It's just like the intent of a blog page is different. It talks about a specific topic in detail, as I was mentioning before. So we can add content. We can add images the same way. Plus, we can add an image. We can pick up this image this time. Give green leaf. Save. The images come. We can even hyperlink an image by default. So we can again go to this. Give it a link. By default, it was IRCTC. No problems. And we say enter. This image is now clickable with the link of IRCTC. Okay, and we will publish. So can anybody tell me quickly what will be the URL of this page? Quick. Yeah, so the URL will be this, flowers online flowers, because that was the title of my page. Yeah. Fine. Yes, onlineflowers.com, correct. Not .com, but it will come under this. So this / flowers online flowers, which was the, go back to this, which was the title of my page. So by default, as I was showing you, the title becomes the part of the URL structure after my domain and subdomain. Okay. Yeah, title of the page. Thank you so much. So you are on the right track. So now I will go back and show you how to add this. Now this is a page. which is live, I will like to add this page to my menu very quickly. Go back to your sections where you add, go to appearance, go to menu, and go to, so this was the post that we have added. We'll go to post, and this is the page we just now created. Flowers, online flowers. We'll tick this, add to menu, and it is coming. So, and we can make it a sub item under flowers for you, because it's a, this was a main page and this is a sub item. Okay. Save, go back to the site, refresh. Fine. So under a page, now we have a post. That is the relationship between page and a post. Okay. So now that we are covered with this, let me quickly show you something about a category. Post that we'll do widgets. So let me quickly show you what is a category. So till now, what the post, the page or the post that we created, I'll show you a sample. So suppose this is our, what if we want to show it on homepage as a recent post? Yes, we will do the, Chandan. Just give me 1 minute. Just hold on to that question. We'll do that. What we can do it by adding widgets, which we will take it up after this. So post, yeah. Let us go to a post, edit. Go to any existing page that you have created. So this was one of the existing pages which I created for a sample class. It is advisable to have a blog as post. Yes, so it's advisable because it will stay in one place. So many organizations, they have a separate subdomain saying blog.accenture.com, and many organizations have tcs.com/blogs. So I recommend it as a tcs.com/blog and not a blog.tcs.com. Subdomains at times get difficult to optimize and difficult for SEO ranking, so it's better to have it after the page structure. That gives the main domain a lot of content, and the domain gets better authority. So yeah, so this is one of the pages that we have. And why I'm bringing you in this is to add categories. So now suppose my page title is Kerala tour packages price, and I want to make sure that this page comes under fitnessofsoul.in/tour packages/page title, because otherwise my URL will not look perfect. My page categorization, overall structuring of the page will not look perfect. Fine, that is the idea. That is what I want. How to do it? You understand the question? My idea is to bring this page, because it's a sub page, under a category. So if my category is tickets, under tickets, flight tickets, under flight tickets, honeymoon packages. So like this, you have seen websites being categorized. Yeah. So that is my idea. So how to make sure that I have correct categories available in the site? I will again go to this logo. Under post, you will see a subsection which talks about categories. Okay. Under categories, you will see a section which talks about creating a new category. Yes. So let's create a category which calls as tickets. Will not give a slug, will not give a parent category. We'll tell that it's a main category for IRCTC tickets purchase. We'll make it railway tickets. Add category. And you can see a new category named railway tickets have been created. Okay. Now ideally my page, which was the IRCTC page, should come under this. Initially what was happening is, this is the page that I had. The pages. Suppose I let's create a new page, new post very quickly. No, it's the same. The same way you can add a category, just tick on this, tick on the category and say add to menu, it will get added, no problems. So this is the IRCTC tickets booking page. Okay, so I have embedded. I'll not do it like this. I will create a small button which talks about railway tickets. Just look at hold on to my screen very observe the settings that I am doing, and it will really help you. Okay, so railway tickets, and I will say publish. So this is the page where I want to make sure that people come for ticket purchase. Fine, look at the URL of the page. It says fitnessofsoul.in/IRCTC tickets booking page, which is the page that I created right now. Okay, but my idea was to bring the category in between, which is not there. Understood, everyone? The category is not coming in the URL, and it is coming by, like it was in the beginning. The page title is coming by default in the beginning. I want to insert in the URL the category of railway tickets, which I just now created. Okay, that is my intent. How to do it? देखो ध्यान से. How we can do it is we can go to post where we created it. All post. This was the page. This was the page. We will go to this section. देखना बहुत ध्यान से. This is the page, and this on this side you will see the categories that we have already created. So we will tick on the category which says railway tickets. Tick and update. Very important. Update any changes that you have done. What it directly impacts is the word railway tickets will come in the URL on its own. आगे fitnessofsoul.in/railway tickets/IRCTC booking. So now my page has come. Show again. अच्छा ठीक है. I'll go bit slow now. देख लो ध्यान से. What did I do? All post. So let me first remove it. So this page, my idea of doing it was to make sure that pages come after the category. So let me remove this. Update. So this is what initially we had. Initially we had a page which was this. We had created the page fitnessofsoul.in/IRCTC tickets booking page, because this was the title of my page. Understood? This was the very beginning. We have a page like this. What I want to do is, why it is a need is because suppose in going forward you will have big websites of thousands and thousands of pages. So you want to make sure that customers know in the journey where they are. So they first need to have a view of a page which talks about booking. Next comes the page which talks about railway booking, flight booking, etc. On the railway booking, you should have this page, and this page ideally should not come in the very beginning. Any specific person who is willing to do railway tickets must land up on this page, nobody else. So that comes as a journey. When somebody actually wants to do it, then only he should commit. That's the reason. And bringing the category in the URL makes it more SEO friendly. That is another reason for it. Okay, we'll click on this, we'll show it again. So currently my web page does not have a categorization. It does not know where it sits. Everybody should know na mera ghar kahan pe hai. Where do I sit in the whole web architecture? So we'll click on this post again. We'll go to this page, click on edit. So any page can be added to a specific category by clicking on edit. And on this side, you will see all the categories that we have added. we will click on railway tickets and update. Understood this time? Yes, no, just tick. Yeah, just tick on the railway tickets and it will be added to the category. Okay, update. What you see in the URL is now the correct one. soulofitness.in/railway tickets, which is the category slash the actual page. So this makes it properly sit in a comfortable area where it should belong. It does not belong overall, it belongs under railway tickets. Okay, that is the purpose of categorization, which is very, very important. Now let's go back to widgets. So somebody was talking about how to create uh, a calendar image. I forgot the question of homepage. No, it does not change anything on the homepage. It only changes the way the URLs are setting on the homepage, on the entire web. Yeah, I was talking about widgets. So let's go back to the section of widgets, which is also under appearance. Widgets are small intelligent sections of the site which makes the website look good. So currently the pages that we are creating are blank pages which has white spaces all around. We are not having forms on the page. We are not having suppose a calendar on the page. We are not having a what else, internal search. So we should have a place where people can go and do a search by a keyword. So all those are not happening. So we by default I had added these. I'll remove everything, delete, delete, delete. Okay, so we do not have any footer. Use of widgets, Shweta, is to utilize these functions within a page. So currently the pages that we are creating are blank pages. Like so suppose I want every visitor on my page who comes to my page. Sorry, did I link this? See, get in touch has a form. Get in touch. Okay. Then there are other forms which I recently deleted. So suppose on this page, now on the get in touch page, I want people to see a internal search. I want every page to have a search. I need not to add search on every page. I can use a single widget, put it on the widget section, and it will by default come up on all the pages of my website. That is the beauty of widgets. I want to create how many widgets? Usually 2 to 3 max, based on the requirement. One widget can be a form, maybe, if it makes sense. One widget can be an internal search. One widget can be maybe a calendar for an events page where you want that on 13th of next month a specific event will happen and customer wants to fill in that calendar on it. So those kind of things. So by default these are the options that you have. Audio you can add, categories, all the categories that you have created. It impacts SEO not from a ranking perspective, but yes, from a customer going on a site and using it. Widgets are blocks of content, yes. Okay, so you can use these widgets like menu. So suppose you have created a good decent menu on their homepage. You want to make sure that all the people can see that on every page. Okay, so you can just quickly click on this and say add to menu, add to widget, and it will come. I will say it as a name as menu and the homepage menu. Save. Okay, so this is the first menu created. So let's create another menu, which is the search one. Pick and drop. So you click on this and add widget. The search menu is here. I will say internal search, or I will say find anything. ठीक है, let's save these two. Anything else that I can add? We can add a widgets for video. Click on this, add widget. It will ask you for a title, it will ask you for a YouTube video link, or you can upload a video. Both works. Currently I do not have it, so I'll remove. How do you place a form? Forms are critical. Forms, you can, there are multiple ways to do it. The best and easiest way of doing it is clicking on where is the HTML? Where's HTML? Can't see the HTML. Custom HTML. Yes. So under this custom HTML, you can go to websites which like, so there are two ways. One way is you can go to text and add widget. Under this, you can say form. And in this section, you can give a link to a Google form. So you can select this, go to hyperlink and give the link to your Google Forms that you have created. That is one way of doing it. Other way of doing it is you can go to custom HTML, and many sites, they provide free HTMLs of forms. You can copy paste that HTML and paste it under this custom HTML section. So both of them works. Try it out. In case you have a problems, you can, when you do it handily, you can ask your related faculty and he will help you. Both ways are possible. You can create a Google form and link it as a CTA, just the same way that we do, or you can create a custom HTML. Go to Google, search by free forms creator, and you will get thousands of websites which gives you free forms. Okay. If we don't want to add a blog on menu, but we want a hyperlink of it. Sorry, I didn't get it. If we don't want to add blog on menu, but want to give a hyperlink of it in the home page, you can create it in the same way that I showed you. So let me finish the widgets part first. You can now go to the site and refresh the page. You will see the widgets coming. See, find anything and the menu. I think I selected the wrong menu. I'll quickly correct that and it will start coming. I will select the primary menu. The primary menu is the homepage menu that we created. I will go back and refresh. See, this is the homepage menu that we have created. It is coming. We have added an internal search that is also coming. And it will be functional. So if we search flowers and search, my page, by my two blogs and page which I created for flowers is coming on the search results of flowers. Okay, so that is all. It's functional by default. You need not to do anything for internal search. Okay. He was asking about how to. Yes, we can add it. We can put it on the top from the page. So you remember, if we when we were creating the page, under that plus sign, we also have a widget section. So from there we can add a search widget while creation of the page. Okay. No, it will not be in the footer, Rashmika. So you can add it from the page structure if you remember. Okay, thank you. So he was asking about menu. Let me quickly show you all menus and custom links. So if you remember custom links, under this page we have not created, but we can give a link back to any of the pages. To, I think Akshay was asking, so we can give a URL and a link, and it will go to your the page that you have not created, but you want to give it a link. So you can give the URL, give the link, add to menu, and it will give you that link. Okay. Another quick topic that I would like to keep is on plugins, which are very, very important going forward. Plugins are helping tools to make sure that your website get additional features apart from what you have currently. So if you look at this logo, it talks about plug. So it talks about a plug. Plugins are additional softwares which make your website more helpful in terms of features. So suppose I have a plugin. So you have seen many times people talk about plug and play. Plug and play means ready-made material. Just use it, put it on your site, and it starts working. You need not to do anything specifically. So suppose a case like Yoast plugin. Yoast plugin is a ready-made software available for WordPress to do SEO. So that plugin will tell you if your SEO is good or bad, or what are the problems with it. Okay. So click on plugins. I'll just show you how how it usually works. There are multiple usage of plugins. So somebody will ask, yeah, I am showing you an example. Somebody will ask, how will I know that which plugin to use? This was the same question I was discussing with the previous batch as well. So it all depends on the need. What is the need? The need is, I want to do SEO. That is my need. I need not to know the name of the plugin. Not even required. What is the keyword? My keyword is, I want to do SEO, right? And enter. By default, it will give me all the top rated SEO plugins which people are using in WordPress. So at the first top, Yoast SEO comes. Okay. You can try and pick others also, use them. If you like it, keep it. If you don't like it, remove it. No worries. How you can do it is search. So first go to plugins, add new plugins, go to type the need that you have, that is SEO. The plugins will come. You can click on activate. So suppose this is not activated, you can go and I think yeah. So this is all added. The ones that you have not added, you can go and install now. Post install now, it will ask you to activate. So click on install now first, and then click on activate. Post doing both, the features will start adding up in your settings section. How to use it, what to know, that these are broader topics which we can pick up later. Role of plugin, Manisha, is, so as I was saying, if my requirement is doing an SEO, so suppose I have a different requirement now. My requirement is to check whether my website speed is good or not. So that is my requirement. I will type speed. Role of plugin is, it will give me by default systems or available softwares which will help me check if my site is performing good or bad when it comes to speed. That is my requirement. Okay. We'll click on install now. Yes, only one plugin is enough. So Yoast plugin is more than enough for doing SEO for a basic website on a WordPress. More than enough. If you talk about speed, yes, you can try out with multiple, use it, don't use it, remove it, no problems. Okay. So Jetpack, so I was talking about speed, enter speed, click on install now, click on activate, and it will by default get added to your website. Post that, it will do its work on its own. It will start analyzing the speed of the site, and it will by default give you pop-ups, give you messaging at the top that yes, this speed can be bettered, that can be bettered. All those can be looked at. So I'll quickly show you the Yoast plugin that is already installed, how it looks on a page. That is, click on this page, go to the Flowers page that we created. Most plugins are free, so nothing to be paid. Yes, it will give you recommendations on how to improve the speed. Its work is to recommend. So suppose this was the Flowers page we created. If I go down, scroll down, I think I have uninstalled Yoast. No problems. So this is the all-in-one SEO pack, is one of the plugins that I had installed earlier. That plugin by default gives me these features, these SEO features, which you will learn going forward. If I do not have the plugin, I will not know what is the problem in SEO with my site. So this specific plugin gives me all these features and help me sort my SEO error issues. Okay. Payment gateway, yes, you can add payment gateway. For that also there is a plugin which is called WooCommerce, 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 which is an e-commerce enablement plugin for a basic WordPress website that you have. I'll quickly give you the name also. Try it out. With the developers' help, you will be able to do this. That's the name of the plugin, WooCommerce. No plugins are not available it's only for the CMS tool, for the backend WordPress admin. On the front end, nobody will see your plugins. Okay. For the visitor, Zoho and WordPress does not make a difference. It is just the front end that they will see. So just looking at the site, you will not be able to, did I close it? Okay. Just by looking at the front end, you will not see which website it is or which platform is it built on. See, by looking at this, you will not make out. It can be Zoho, it can be WordPress. But how you are managing it from the backend is what is Zoho or WordPress's difference. The number of features which WordPress will give you and number of supported plugins which WordPress will give you is far more than what Zoho has, because maximum websites are built on around WordPress. Okay. Around 50 to 60% sites are built on WordPress, so it has lot of additional support. Last topic, quick topic I would like to pick it up is the page URL. So you saw in the example that my page URL was coming as fitnessofsoul.in/category name/page title. That is the URL structure I have, and it is not by default. This is what we have added to the page. So that is all coming from the section called where is it? Permalinks. So if you go to settings, go to permalinks, it will give you how your website URL should look like. So you can have all these functions available. You can have a plain URL just with a sample page ID. You can have a day and number in your URL. You can have month and number, numeric, post name, and a custom one. So what you saw in my site was a custom URL which has category in between followed by the post name title. Fine. So how to do it? Suppose I remove it. You want to create your own structure. By default, you will have this much. You will have only the domain in the beginning. What you can do is you can go to this and click category and click post name. So post name is why my page title was picking by default as the URL structure. Okay, category, post name, and save, and that is the reason why it was showing up the way it was. Okay, can you show a post in homepage as a recent post instead of a menu? Can you show a post in homepage? Post in homepage, yeah, we can do it. So appearance, menu, and post, and IRCTC was a recent post that we created. Add to menu, same ways, and it has come. Okay, we'll save it. Go back to my site. It does not have that menu. It has come at the end. IRCTC tickets booking page. As a recent, yes, as a recent, Chandan, right? You asked me in the beginning, I forgot. So recent one is, it can also be done from a widgets section. It has recent post. See this one. Add widgets, and all the recent post will start coming on its own. So recent post, save, and I have to go to an internal page. On the home page it will not come. On the internal page, let the page roll. See, all the recent posts are coming here. And if you're wondering why it is end of the page, while creation of the page, you can put it up by creating on the plus, which I mentioned earlier also. So we covered a lot of topics in last 1 hour, 1.5 hours. We started from, quickly summarizing it, appearance of the page, appearance of the blog, customization of the blog, and creating the menu, creating submenu, creating widgets, and creating plugins, using the plugins, and we have created the page URL structure and the permalinks. Okay, so most of the stuff is covered till now. You practice all this, and post sessions when you will have going forward on blogs, you will have no problem, Arti. That's what I do. Thank you so much. Yes, you need to practice. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Indranil. Thank you guys for attending the session, and thank you, Indranil, for taking the session.
No problem.
Guys, I'll be sending you all the recorded link of this session. Along with that, if you have any doubts or any queries, put it down, note it down with you, and I will let you know how we can go ahead and solve your queries. Okay. Thank you so much.
Practice is important. It's very simple to use. You saw it's in simple CMS. Practice on WordPress, and any doubts, the Upgrad team will always be there to help you out. Thank you guys. Thanks for the precious time, 1.5 hours on a Wednesday. Tomorrow I have a leave. I'm on leave, so I'm very excited. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye. Have a good night, all.
Yeah, thank you. Bye-bye.